everyone, Elwyn Flyer here, and we're back for Arena Week. So sadly, water season has ended, which means no more legendary Dimitri, but I do get to pull out legendary Hector, which is really fun. The rest of my team consists of my plus 10 Cheetah, who mostly just kind of acts as support and rallies when needed, my plus 10 Duo Corrin, who is definitely a hard carry, and this season my bonus unit is Ascended Mareeta. And golly gee, is she really an amazing unit. Like, I know most of us fed her off to other units for Vital Astra, but wow, she definitely helped me out a bunch. So while my arena matches are playing on screen, I am going to continue answering questions that I got back from my Hero Rises summoning video. And if you have any other future questions for me, you can leave them down below, or you can let me know on Twitter. So I am going to be starting with a question from Oblivion Knight, and Oblivion Knight is a fellow FeyTuber here on YouTube. Definitely go and check out their content. It's so informative and just so well put together, and they do really cool summoning session videos as well, so go check them out. So they had asked me what was my first Fire Emblem and which one was my favorite. So technically my first Fire Emblem game was Awakening. It was the first one I got, and I got up to the point where you're trying to rescue Sayri, and I had really kind of been struggling. I didn't really know what was going on, and I just kind of put it down, didn't pick it back up, and then I ended up picking up Fates probably about 6 months later, and got super hooked. So I'd really more so classify Fates as my first Fire Emblem because it's the first one I beat, specifically Birthright. And yeah, it just clicked with me more than Awakening did. I did go back and play and finish Awakening, so don't worry about that. I did finish Awakening, and it is a really good game. But the first one was, I'd say Fates more so, but Awakening technically. As for my favorite Fire Emblem game, it does have to go to Three Houses. It's the Fire Emblem game I've sunk the most hours into. It has the most characters that I love. You know, obviously like Dimitri, but I also love Mercedes and Linhardt, Marianne, and just like so many others. Ferdinand, Sedith. There's just so many really good characters in Three Houses. And there's parts of it that I don't like. I know going back, I don't really enjoy replaying all the monastery sections over and over and over. That gets tiring. But I will always go back and play because there's supports I missed or different classes I want to try for characters. So there's always just something else I can do. So yeah, I would say Three Houses is my favorite, and I'm super excited for when we get Three Hopes coming out. I know I'm gonna go really hard and play as much of that right away as I can. So yeah, thank you so much, Oblivion Knight. That's a really wonderful question. I appreciate it. So, moving on to our next question, it comes from Jacob or Steady Impact, and they're also a FeyTuber who has pretty much just recently started their channel, and they also do arena content, they do Summoner Duels content, and they've done a Hero Rises summoning video, so please go and watch their content. Their link will be down below in the description. Check them out for sure and support them. So they had asked me what my favorite season was, and I did clarify with them that, like, this is like real world season, not like arena season in Fae. I was maybe playing too much Fire Emblem at the time. But my favorite season is Fall. And I really like Fall because you can still kind of go out and you don't have to wear a coat, you can wear a sweater. And it's kind of cool though, so you don't get overheated. And as someone who's plus size, the really warm weather sucks. It really does. And I love the colors too. Just when the trees, like where I live, when it turns to fall and everything goes, you know, with those hues of red, yellow, and orange, and it's just so pretty. And I absolutely love it. And, you know, I'm a little partial because my birthday's in the fall as well, so maybe that's really why. But thank you so much for that question. It's, I can't wait until we get to fall. Right now it's spring and everything's melting, and I'm not a fan. So thank you so much, Jacob. I appreciate it. So, next question comes from another FeyTuber. Thank you to all these FeyTubers who asked me questions. I really appreciate it. So this comes from Plesio Digger, who I'd only just recently started watching, and we followed each other. and I really like their videos. So once again, the link will be in the description down below. Make sure to go and check out their videos. So they had asked, who is your favorite character released in Fae? And possibly a character you want to see added to Fae. So my favorite character released is Brave Dimitri, hands down. Like, I still, every day, I use him. And even if I don't use him in Arena, I'm using him in Ether Raids or just the challenge maps, like things like that. I just always find a way to use him. He's my favorite unit, and I can't wait for his refine. It's gonna be super good, hopefully. I may be a little bit on copium with that, but I'm gonna hope for the best on it. And then a unit that I really want to see in Fae, my most wanted is Sophie from Fates. She's best daughter. I would love to see her get added in finally. And then we just got Boyd announced as the Tempest Trial, but it's baby Boyd, and I'm super happy with that, but I'm also torn because I'd love him to get his base form first, but I'll take any form of Boyd, so it's a win in a sense. But yeah, thank you, Plesio Digger, for that question. I really appreciate it. And my next question comes from Promise, and I'm sure you all know about Promise, but make sure you go and check out their videos if you haven't for some reason. I'm sure you all have. And Promise asked me what my favorite type of sushi was, and that's a wonderful question because sushi is a yummy treat to go and get. And I'm super basic. You can tell I'm white with my sushi picks. I like chicken teriyaki sushi, and I also enjoy like beef in sushi as well with like cucumber. It's just really good. Yeah, that's super basic picks. I also like California rolls too. Like those are also pretty good, but my go-tos are very, very basic. And then on the side, it's not technically sushi, but you can often get it when you order sushi, is takoyaki. And if y'all haven't tried takoyaki, you really got to. It's so freaking yummy. I can eat so much of it by myself, and it's dangerous. So definitely try that out if you have not. But thank you so much, Promise. I appreciate you asking me that question. Alright, I think I have time for maybe two more questions, because we're getting to the end of the arena matches here. So I will do the next question from Chippy Pit, and they asked if I could revise a character that's already in Fae, who is one of my favorites, how would you change them? So whether it be in terms of weapon, movement type, stats, and etc. And then they had also mentioned too that they were going to try and plus 10 their Ninjorrin, and I hope they got lucky. I hope they got their plus 10 Ninjorrin on their polls. As for the character I would revise, it would be base Takumi, because his weapon, Refine, is really depressing, at least in my mind. I know he's an early gen unit, but still, like, that weapon Refine for his Fujin Yumi is so sad. And it's meant to be a legendary weapon in Fates, and it's supposed to be a huge deal, and I'd love for them to do something a little bit better translating that into Fire Emblem Heroes, because right now, I mean, sure, the movement through trees is kind of cool, but there's a lot of other better inheritable bows that you can run on him, which I do. I put Spendthrift bow on him, and the Bunny Henry bow, I gave him Carrot Tip bow. But yeah, I just want them to redo Takumi. I'd love to see like increased stats as well, because even with his Resplendent, his stats are still a little on the low side. I just hope he gets some good ult this year. Please, Takumi. I know he's been forgotten a lot by IS lately, but I want something for him. But thank you, Chippy Pit, for that question. I really appreciate that. Alright, well, I think I actually do have time for one more. So I will take a question from Lance, or Lance Flyer, and they invest into every single free-to-play Lance flying unit in Fae. So super amazing. You should go and follow them on Twitter. And they had jokingly asked me who my favorite Lance Flyer was, but they then switched that to, if you have the budget to make 2 100% realistic cosplays, like the highest quality, who would you choose? And okay, first of all, my favorite Lance Flyer in Fae it has to be Sedith, because plus 10 Sedith gang is life. So y'all should plus 10 your Sediths if you haven't already. And then for cosplays, I would do Violet Evergarden from Violet Evergarden. That's a show that really resonated with me, and I've yet to watch the movie that came out, but I really enjoyed the series as a whole, and it spoke to me so much. So I would love to cosplay her. Her outfit's stunning. And then if I chose a second one, it would be Time Skip Marianne, because I feel bad not doing some sort of Fire Emblem cosplay. And Marianne is also another one of these characters that just really spoke to me, and the struggle she went through, and then the growth she experiences with her time skip design, and how more mature she is and how more accepting she is of herself, and you can see that. And just like the blue looks really nice too. I like the color blue. So I'm biased that way. But yeah, thank you so much, Lance. That's a really cool question. I'd love to do more cosplays. It's a very expensive thing to do. So yeah, those were the arena matches. I did realize I forgot to put Corrin's rally on her, so I'm sure my score could be a little bit better. But I can maybe do a second run. But for now, that I think is pretty good. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Remember to take care of each other and have a great rest of the day now. Bye!